On March 4, 2022, the Office of the Presidential Advisor on Peace and Reconciliation and Unity, Secretary Carlito G. Galvez Jr. and his party visited the home of Kaugnay troopers, wherein he was received by 7ID Commander Major General Andrew D. COSTELO, Philippine Army at Kaugnay Hall, Fort Magsaysay, Nueva, Ecija. A courtesy call on Commander 7ID by Secretary Galvez and party before the start of the formal information briefing. The information briefing aims to discuss the objectives of the peace orientation towards a transformation program for former rebels of the Communist Terrorist Group in 7ID AOR. This initiative is part of the 7ID's commitment to helping the former rebels in preparing them to live a normal life after they gave up their armed struggle and finally embraced the opportunity by the Philippine government for their surrender. Said activity commenced with an invocation led by 7ID Chaplain Major Arturo A. Liaso Chaplain Service, followed by an acknowledgement and welcome remarks by 7ID Chief of Staff Colonel Eugene M. Mata, MNSA Infantry Philippine Army. The OG-7 under Lieutenant Colonel Ronel de la Cruz presented the audiovisual presentation of FR Deradicalization Program of the Army with the following scope, concept, objectives, framework, program of instruction, timeline, team composition and responsibilities, and the proposed program of expenditures of the 10-day deradicalization program. Among the objectives of the program is to convince the FRs to abandon the CTG ideology and radical indoctrination, redirect the FRs from fallaciousness of CTG views toward a more thoughtful and truthful belief, delegitimize CTG rhetoric and tactics, and address and prevent recidivism. Participants of both parties discussed their concerns, inputs, suggestions, and expected results, among others, about the deradicalization program and normalization of the CTG FRs. Lieutenant Colonel Eugene F. Garce, Infantry GSC Philippine Army, Commanding Officer of 70th Infantry Matatag at Matapat Battalion, presented the issue regarding the presence of the members of Moro National Liberation Front in the province of Bulacan. After which, an open forum was conducted to gather inputs from the participants and be able to solicit the support of OPAPRU in the conduct of the normalization program to FRs in 7ID area of operations. Meanwhile, Major General Costello, Philippine Army, extended his gratitude to OPAPRU for supporting the conduct of the normalization program to FRs in 7ID area of operations. He then emphasized the vital significance of the program for the CTG FRs in preparation for their reintegration into the society. Before the end of the meeting, OPAPRU Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr. delivered his message highlighting the support on the conduct of normalization program or peace orientation program for CTG FRs in 7ID. On May 21 to 27, 2022, the 7ID and OPAPRU will conduct its pilot program for the deradicalization and normalization of 50 Communist Terrorist Group former rebels, dubbed as Transformation Program for Communist Terrorist Group former rebels at Pahingahan Complex, Fort Magsaysay, Palayan City, Nueva, Ecija. The program is designed to rectify the wrong and dangerous ideologies indoctrinated by the terrorist organization to the FRs. Significant components include political, psychosocial, economic, livelihood, and information. The program also intends to make the FRs as active family and community members once they have undergone the program. To be effective in reforming the CTG FRs, the 7ID believes that it is important to reorient the mindset of the FRs towards peace in order to make them productive members of the society. As Henry Ford said, coming together is a beginning, keeping together is a progress, working together is a success.